Hello, everybody. What we're going to do today is install Datto or Autotask Workplace. Datto recently purchased Autotask, so you'll see the name switch back and forth in different places. Going forward, you should see Datto much more often than you see Autotask. One of the first things that happen when we create a new account for you in Datto is that it will send you an email, much like this one, with a link to activate your account. When you click this link to activate your account, it's going to take you to a web page that asks you to enter a new password 2 times. Once that's done, then you want to go ahead and go out to the web. And I always forget the website, so a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just search for it here. I just put Datto Workplace login, or even just Datto Workplace will typically be enough, and you'll have the sign-in page be the second or third option down. If you want the full website address, and you can remember that, the address is sjctech.workplace.datto.com. Either way is going to take you to the same page. Once you get here, you're going to use the email address that was sent to you in this email, which is most likely going to be your email address. And then you're going to choose the password that you created, or you're going to enter the password that you created and choose login. It may come up and ask you to save it. It's your choice if you choose to save it or not. Myself, in this situation, I'm going to choose not to. Then I'm going to scroll down, and roughly the middle of the page, depending on how many stations you have here or how many file folders you have listed out here, you'll see a blue button for Install Workplace. That's going to take us to the downloads page, where you have several different options to download it. There are apps for iOS, there are apps for Android. If you chose to install this on your phone, you could browse to this website and do the installation from here, which will still just take you to your app stores to do the software install. There is a client for Mac, but today we're going to just do a basic Windows installation. Choose the blue button that says Windows, and it downloads Datto Workplace. It's a very small file, so it should download pretty quickly in most places. Once it's done, just go ahead and click it. And this is what you'll see. This would be the installation. And the very first thing it does is install .NET Framework. There's several times during the installation where you get a black window like this. I've noticed that it seems to like freeze the PC, and you get a little black window, and then it comes back and does its own thing. For the most part, you just want to let it do it. If it asks you questions, of course, answer. But if it's just a black screen, give it time. I have seen it lock workstations up if I'm forceful and try to get it to do things when it's not wanting to. It does usually come back pretty quickly, though. Then you have installation completed successfully, and then we're going to launch Datto. Now, again, it's going to ask us for the username and password, or the email address and password, which is going to be the same one we created on the web page. And we're going to click OK. At this point, we're going to wait for the installation to complete. Sometimes it takes a minute or two for that to happen. And you're going to get our wonderful licensing agreement that we see on just about everything these days, and portal privacy practices, and you'll need to check that you understand both of these items and choose accept. And you should see the installation pop up down here and tell you that it's completed. It should tell you the name of the computer. It should tell you if it's syncing any folders right away or not. And you'll see the small folder with the check box down here near the time. That's the new Datto Autotask icon. Or Datto Workplace icon. The Autotask icon previously looked like a little bit like a padlock with a checkbox in it instead of the folder, if you currently see that already. One of the very first things I'd like to do after I install Datto Workplace is I like to right click on the icon and choose quit. Once I do that, then I go into this folder here in the Datto Workplace. Now it's the one with the folder, not the blue one. This is just going to restart it again. So in order for this to work, it has to be closed. It cannot be here near the time. If I click this, it's just going to reopen it again, and I would have to right click and quit it again. Once I get to this location, this is going to show me my file path or my folder path. Usually click one back just so I can see this Datto Workplace icon in this view, and I delete that folder. Once that folder is deleted, I click on this PC and I go to the C drive, or in some cases you may have 2 or 3 other drives. You may have a larger hard drive that you want to put most of your data on to offload some of the data from your C drive. So there's a few different reasons to do this. For me, it's mainly consistency. I want all of my users to have the same experience. I don't want them to go looking for folders in different places or describing to their coworkers where to find something in a folder elsewhere. So I make the folders in the same place everywhere. And this one, I like to call it my company initials. You could call it your company initials as well, and dash workplace. Whatever you guys want to call it, as long as it's consistent. And I like to keep workplace in the name just so we have the association of what it is. Now, once I create this, you got to remember I've deleted where this shortcut takes me already. So it's not going to just automatically take me here. I've got to make that happen. In order to make that happen, I run Datto Workplace online. That's going to ask me for this to log into the online. I don't really need to do that right now, so I'm just going to click cancel. But if you notice down here in the bottom right, it's complaining. It's trying to tell me it's looking for that folder that I deleted. It's not there. It wants to know what to do about it. So I'm going to go into this Datto icon again, and I'm going to say fix sync errors. And this is going to come up and tell me, hey, Datto Workplace folder is missing. I know it's missing. I deleted it because I didn't want it there. So I'm going to choose Find Folder. Now this is going to bring me up with a window that lets me choose the folder I want. So I'm going to keep browsing down until I can get into the Workplace folder that I created. Now at this page, after I click OK, it's going to show me that folder path. I want to make sure it's consistent with what I created. So it's C:/SJC Workplace, which is where I've created that folder. So at this point, I'm going to say yes, and it's going to close. Now if I come back and I right-click the Datto Workplace icon again, I can go into Workplace, and it takes me to that new folder that I've created. Additionally, the shortcut on the desktop, if I click it now, it will also take me to the same place that I've created. So that'll get you through your basic installation and creation of your data folder. We'll do another video on some of the settings that need to be changed or settings that could be changed to make the performance of Workplace a little better in another video. Thanks. You guys have a good day.